This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. Our top story, a big change at the largest diverging diamond interchange in the country, being built right here on the Suncoast.
For almost 2 years, crews have been working on this interchange at University Parkway and I-75. And in just a few days, drivers will see a huge shift. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo is joining us now live with what to expect when we're driving in that area. Dwayne.
Well, Haley, starting Sunday, the new diverging diamond traffic pattern will go into effect. Now, according to the Florida Department of Transportation, you may have driven through this type of pattern before, a pattern they say will reduce car crashes and conflict points as well. Florida's first diverging diamond interchange will soon be rolling along the Suncoast.
We anticipate it'll be open around 7 a.m. We do it on Sunday because there's less traffic. It'll be a little easier for people to get into the swing of things.
The Florida Department of Transportation says the project at University is about 80% complete, and putting this new pattern into effect will be a major step.
We're looking at hopefully having all 5 lanes open underneath with the one innermost lane closed. We may only have 3 or 4 open, just depends on how much work we get done. We do have some weather coming. But we will be in the diverging diamond pattern.
A pattern that will be a new concept for many Floridians.
Just take your time. They've probably driven through one. They have one in Atlanta, and they may not even know it until they drove through it that they actually went through a diverging diamond.
But there'll be other help guiding motorists as well.
Lots of striping. You know, you see the little banners, there's 75 South or 75 North, and those will be in the lanes as well.
Now, this $75 million project is expected to be finished just in time for the 2017 World Rowing Championships later this year. And as FDOT points out, it may be an inconvenience now, but will help tremendously for drivers in the long run.
It'll move a considerable amount of traffic through the interchange more efficiently, more quickly. You eliminate those conflict points, those left turn movements, all those are gone at that point.
Until then, leading up to this weekend's pattern change, there will be lane closures and detours that FDOT wants motorists to be conscious of.
Look for the signage as they go through. That way they're going to get the first go-round, the first go-throughs, and they'll be coming used to it, and they'll help set the stage for other drivers come Monday morning, Tuesday afternoon.
Now, from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. this Wednesday and Thursday, University Parkway westbound will be closed under I-75. Reporting live in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
All right, Dwayne, thank you. A big traffic headache in Manatee County today. The Cortez drawbridge that links the island with the mainland in Bradenton somehow got stuck in an upright position around 1:30 this afternoon. Transportation officials say there was a malfunction in the electrical system and the hydraulics couldn't get into a locked position. Crews quickly arrived on scene to start repairing the bridge. Traffic backed up as a result, as you might imagine. It was all diverted to the Manatee Bridge. That bridge was repaired, the Cortez Bridge repaired around 3:30 this afternoon, and we're glad to report it is now working again. Taking a look at traffic in that area near the Cortez Bridge, traffic on the bridge moving smoothly, a lot of green, just a little bit of red as you get off the bridge onto the Anna Maria Island there, but not too bad. In other news tonight, more than 100 car burglaries have been reported in the city of Sarasota since the start of the year. And now, police are searching for weapons stolen from 2 vehicles within the last month. Police say one weapon was stolen on Metaw Drive on Friday, the other stolen from a vehicle on Bay Point Place on April 29th. Both victims say they left their cars unlocked. The guns were taken from unlocked compartments in the vehicles. Police say both handguns were loaded. Neither of the gun owners will be charged, and both burglaries remain under investigation.
A Sarasota man faces aggravated animal cruelty charges after police say he kicked and abused a puppy. Police arrested 36-year-old Todrick Leverett after they say he was caught kicking a 6-month-old pit bull puppy while it was chained to a tree at a home on Saturday. Police say the puppy's left rear leg was broken and she was underweight. She's currently being treated at an emergency vet clinic. Police say the pup was in surgery today and will eventually be adopted out through the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office Animal Services. Leverett claims the dog tried to attack him and he was defending himself.
An update now on the brush fire in Northport. Firefighters are making significant progress. Florida Forest Service says it's now about 65% contained. There have been a few fire breakouts in the preserve outside the lines, but those have been contained quickly. Crews are still on the scene monitoring hot spots. The fire started Saturday and quickly spread to the RV Griffin Preserve. Although the fire is mostly under control, the smoke and ash from it is expected to continue lingering over the area for the next few days.
And as we've been saying over and over, these dry conditions just persist. We have not gotten the rain that we need.
Not what we need.
Right.
A little bit around
little
last
bit
night.
Here and there.
Hoping for a little bit more today. Here's Bob with more.
Just a little bit out there right now, but we have some news. Some chances for rain increasing as we approach the weekend. A system coming up from the southeast, a little trough of low pressure on top of that with plenty of moisture around. Could get a little bit more widespread rainfall. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But right now, the East Coast breeze making its way over and just a few showers here scattered about. Again, the West Coast sea breeze has made it all the way in. That's that line that you see right there. We're starting to see some flare up into East Manatee County. Not much going on near the coast, but we will see a few isolated showers popping up along this line over the next hour or so, and those will have a tendency to progress toward the west. Right now, you see that near the Myakka Head. There's 1 or 2 lone showers near Oak Knoll and down to our south. Not a lot going on right now, but I suspect that we will see some near Northport, and also this line is heading off toward Punta Gorda and Port Charlotte. So about 45 minutes from now, you'll start to see some rainfall right there. But the rain will not be all that intense because we still have a lot of dry air in place. More on that rain chance and how it's increasing coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. A special ceremony on the Suncoast today to honor the 6 officers who died in the line of duty in Florida last year. Multiple law enforcement agencies gathered in Venice for the annual event, including the Florida Highway Patrol, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, and the Northport Police Department. The service highlighted the work and dedication of the fallen officers. The Venice Police Department chaplain and chief of police both spoke at the ceremony.
Officers that we're remembering in 2016 gave the ultimate sacrifice, their life in service of others. And it's important that we remember them and remember them for their family's sake.
This was the 32nd annual event for the Law Enforcement Memorial Service.
A follow-up now in an effort to revitalize a piece of land along School Avenue in Sarasota. Sarasota City Commissioners unanimously approving the Payne Park Village development yesterday. A Texas-based developer wants to build 135 single-family residential units on the site of an old hardware store building and other nearby lots within the next 3 years. Right now, the site, which is right across the street from Payne Park, is just a strip of vacant buildings. Now the developer has the go-ahead to begin construction. And it will be a while before business owners in downtown Sarasota learn if their taxes will go up. City commissioners deciding not to take action on the business tax yesterday after tabling it until July. In the past, commissioners have voted to increase tax fees by 5% every 2 years since 2007. If they decide to increase that rate again, it would cost businesses an average of $100 a year.
And ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now. And Richard, we had big news out of Washington last night leading into today, but did it affect Wall Street?
Haley, the answer is no. When I was getting ready to go to bed last night and saw the news out of Washington about President Trump allegedly letting information go that perhaps should not, I said, uh-oh, where is Wall Street going tomorrow? Well, the answer is nowhere. The Dow Jones Industrial Average actually was up by 51 points after just 30 minutes of trading, so there was really no impact at all. As you're about to see, the numbers had no impact either. Only the NASDAQ moved higher as the FANG stocks continue to do well. NASDAQ up 8 out of the last 9 days and a record close yet again. Let's take a look at the figures as they stand as of 4 o'clock. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, 20,979.75. A loss of just 2.11%. That on volume of 608 million shares. The NASDAQ, as I say, that's the engine that's good right now, up 20 points, 1/3% at 6,169.87. That on volume of 1,426 million shares. And take a look. Here we see the S&P very much like the Dow. It is down, but down by less than 2 points, not even 1/10% at 2,400.67. Well, it seems like every day I come to you with stories of a retailer that's having problems. Well, that's not the case today for Home Depot. Home Depot announced quarterly earnings that were well ahead of Wall Street expectations on both the top and the bottom lines. Revenues were up, earnings were up. Doesn't get too much better than that. The best thing, same-store sales were up by 5.5%. The average ticket was up by more than 4%. So I know a lot of stores are suffering from the so-called Amazon effect. Maybe Amazon doesn't deliver 2x4s, I don't know. But in any event, it looks like Home Depot is doing just fine. Thank you.
Good to hear. And what about TJ Maxx? Same story there, or?
Not doing just fine,
Yeah.
thank you. Unfortunately, just like all the other soft goods retailers, stock was down sharply today. Again, earnings miss, and it seems to be happening all the time. TJX, which is TJ Maxx, and Marshalls and Home Resource, stock was down sharply.
All right, Richard, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, President Trump insisting he did nothing wrong when he shared sensitive information with Russia. How Republicans are responding to concerns with the White House.
And ABC7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, getting in a workout without hitting the gym, how a so-called exercise pill could work, and the risks that come with it.
Today, the air is perfect. Inside. Expect more from your cooling and heating. Daikin.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALT named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Is it legal or not? That's the question after President Trump allegedly shared classified information with the Russian government.
The reports coming amid the backdrop of the investigation into possible election collusion between the Trump administration and Russia. ABC's Ariel Reshep has the latest on the serious red flags coming out of Washington.
President Donald Trump at the center of a national security scandal, reportedly sharing highly classified intelligence with Russian officials in the Oval Office.
We're talking about some of the most sensitive information the U.S. government has.
Members of Congress, even from the president's own party, increasingly concerned.
If the story's factual and it's developed further, that would be a very troubling development. Okay.
Intelligence experts sounding the alarm.
It's somewhat mind-boggling to me that we would share this highly sensitive information, putting at risk very important relationships with our allies, with the Russians.
But on the question of legality, it appears the president is likely in the clear.
Anybody else in the government, and you'd be talking about the possibility of a serious crime. But the president has the ability as a legal matter to declassify anything at any time.
Legal or not, the revelations shocking amid an intensifying investigation into possible Trump administration collusion with the Russians during the election. White House national security officials backing the commander-in-chief, saying he had not been briefed on the source of the information.
The president was meeting with the foreign minister about the terrorist threat. This was the context of the conversation in which it was wholly appropriate to share what the threat was.
The president defending his meeting with Russian officials.
Our fight is against ISIS. As General McMaster said, we had a great meeting with the foreign ministers, and we want to get as many to help fight terrorism as possible.
The White House vowing to plug the leaks coming from within the administration, saying it is those leaks, not the president's conversations with Russian officials, that are compromising national security. Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
President Trump's meeting with the Russians came just one day after the firing of FBI Director James Comey, the man who was formerly in charge of the Russia investigation.
Governor Rick Scott appointing a high-ranking aide and top spokeswoman as his next chief of staff. Scott announcing Jackie Zeckman will replace Kim McDougal in July. McDougal had been on the job for the last year. Zeckman has worked in Scott's press office since 2011. She worked on his re-election campaign and then became the governor's communications director. Scott's chief of staff position is one of the most powerful jobs in his administration, if not short-lived. The governor has had 6 chief of staffs during his 6.5 years in office. All right, let's talk about our weather today. It was hot, I know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 94, tied a record high. Wow. Yes, we tied a record on 94. We talked about it a couple days ago, too, that we need something like a tropical disturbance of some sort to really help us out. Well, you know, sometimes it's answered here.
You get what you ask for.
We may see some of that as early as Friday and Saturday. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. There's the high today at 1 o'clock, a little snapshot of what was going on at the Sarasota-Brayton Airport that tied a record high, and then quickly, just after this, that wind kicked around to the west with the sea breeze developing. With that east wind, though, look at the humidity, 33%. That was at 1 o'clock today, again, tying a record high. And I wanted to show you this gorgeous shot last night. We had a shower or two pop up, and it created this nice shelf cloud provided by Val. Mr. Val right there, always sending some great shots in. Part of the Lightning Mafia, they call themselves, guys that just shoot pictures of all the interesting weather phenomena that take place here along the Sun Coast and post it on social media. Well, here is a look at the webcam from the Van Wezel showing beautiful conditions out there on Sarasota Bay, and really not too bad at all. We had some fair skies there, and looks like that will continue on through this evening. A few showers have been popping up. There's a little sea breeze. You just see a little hint of it right there. And as the East Coast breeze makes it over and runs into this, the showers start to pop up, and these are heading toward Parrish. There's one lone shower there. There's another one just to the southeast of it. This one's moving more on a westerly course. So we may see some rainfall near Waterleaf or just in the southern portions of Parrish here, right along the river as it makes its way off toward the west. So we're not anticipating a lot of widespread rain, just a few scattered showers and a few thunderstorms are possible through this evening. 89 right now, dew point is at 66 and the humidity at 46%. And as far as the wind flow goes, you'll notice we'll get that easterly component overnight and tomorrow morning. That will allow temperatures to drop in the low 70s. And then tomorrow, a pretty good east wind and then a southeast wind will develop in the afternoon. Tomorrow, I'm not anticipating as much rainfall around. There'll be a few isolated showers. It'll still be hot, though. We'll approach near record highs again tomorrow afternoon in the low 90s. Lots of sunshine in the morning, a few clouds in the afternoon, and that 20% chance for a shower or two. Well, big storms firing up over the southern plain states in Tornado Alley right now as a low-pressure area develops. This area of low pressure will eventually sweep a cold front our way. It's not much of a cold front for us on Monday and Tuesday, but that's not the system that's going to bring us the rainfall as far as we're concerned. You see that heavy weather breaking out now into Kansas, where there are severe thunderstorm watches and tornado watches in effect. From Kansas stretching down into Oklahoma and Texas tonight, and also a tornado watch in the western, northwestern portions of Wisconsin and into Minnesota. But here it is, the future cast showing, watch this area right here over the Bahamas. That's that area of low pressure that is spinning up and eventually heading our way. This is Wednesday now, so we're not anticipating a lot of rainfall. I mentioned a few isolated showers. As we get into Thursday, we start to see some of that moisture increase, and so our chances of rainfall not all that high on Thursday. But by Friday, that moisture will be in play, and all that kind of working its way off toward the west, and so our chances of rain and some significant rain will go a little higher over South Florida and Southwest Florida over Friday, Saturday, and even into Sunday. 86 in Detroit right now. It's hot in Chicago at 87 degrees, a bit cooler in Denver at 65. They may even see some snow there by tomorrow evening. East winds at 15 knots. They'll turn around to the southwest later on in the day at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be 2 to 3 feet for Wednesday. A moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature warming up, 83 degrees. Tides upcoming for Sarasota Bay look like this. Again, well, we'll get back to the tides. Low tide will be at 12:32 and a high tide at 7:29. The forecast for the next 7 days calling for increasing rain chances. Friday, 40%, 50 on Saturday and Sunday. That's impressive. Haven't seen that in a long time. And then the rain chances on Monday and Tuesday will be basically inland, pushing toward the east coast as that front approaches. Scott?
I'll take it, Bob. Thank you. In health news tonight, there could be a dangerous element to gun ranges you may not have thought about. Lead dust discharged by firearms is the leading cause of lead poisoning outside of the workplace. Each time a gun filled with lead-based ammunition is fired, a cloud of lead particles trails in the bullet's wake. The dust hangs in the air and collects on clothing. This can be a hazard for people who work at gun ranges and shooters who use them frequently, especially if the building is poorly ventilated. Employees who work in environments that may expose them to lead usually have their blood tested. And in April, the Department of Defense tightened its limit for acceptable lead levels. You may have heard of a so-called exercise pill that mimics the effects of hitting the gym, but we all know you can't always take the easy way out. A study published in the journal Cell Metabolism revealed additional information about the way the chemistry of this drug works. It found the effects are not that substantial and it could come with risks. The drug, often referred to as endurable, works by promoting the burning of fat instead of glucose for energy. The past animal studies have suggested that the drug is associated with a host of health risks, including cancer risk. They're a common side dish, and yes, they are a vegetable, but are potatoes healthy? They are, especially when eaten plain, baked, and with the skin on. A medium unsalted plain baked potato with skin has only 160 calories and is naturally fat and cholesterol free. It also has 4 grams of fiber and 4 grams of protein. Potatoes also offer vitamin B6, vitamin C, and iron and are a great source of potassium. But make sure to vary your vegetables because potatoes are higher in starch and other veggies have certain nutrients and antioxidants that potatoes lack. Coming up, a jet takes a nosedive in New Jersey, crashing into commercial buildings. What the pilot did just moments before that accident. Plus, a pirate ship that even Captain Jack Sparrow would be proud of. Why an Arizona man chose to build this impressive replica. Straight ahead.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Come on in, welcome to our pad. Trust me, folks, you're in for a ride. I'm driving, so relax. Unwind, leave your buckets all behind. Get ready to blow your mind. In Beatsville, don't be shy. Come and make the scene. Catch the crazy party inside. The hipsters here are gone. And dig, man, they're on to something big. Yeah, they're gonna flip your wig in Beatsville. Catch the gig in Beatsville.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce.
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Now to harrowing images of a deadly plane crash in Carlstadt, New Jersey. The plane plummeting to the ground just outside of Manhattan yesterday afternoon. The Learjet 35 was on its way to Teterboro Airport from Philadelphia when it made a doomed descent just a quarter of a mile from its destination. Just seconds before, the pilot talked with the control tower and everything seemed okay. But then witnesses watched in horror as the plane toppled into buildings in a commercial area.
It hit 3 buildings. They're just pieces of the plane, like all throughout our yard. Melted cars that were parked here. It's really almost impossible to describe.
The 2 pilots were the only ones on board the 10-seater aircraft, and both were killed in that fiery crash. All buildings that were hit by the aircraft were safely evacuated, and fortunately no one on the ground was hurt. Tonight, SpaceX is celebrating its 6th successful launch of the year. The aerospace company's rocket took off from Florida's Kennedy Space Center last night. The rocket carrying a nearly 14,000-pound communications satellite. The satellite will orbit the Earth to help improve high-speed broadband connections for a London-based satellite firm. Because of the payload size, there wasn't enough fuel left over for re-entry, which means this was a one-way trip for the rocket.
A senior at Texas State University had more than just a diploma tucked under his arm over the weekend. He brought his pet python to the graduation ceremony. He had the reptile wrapped around his arm. The student says everyone knows him on campus as the guy who always brings his snake around.
I told everybody, hey, it's my graduation, so I'm gonna do what I want to do. So I'm gonna bring it, and that's what I ended up doing. I really did try to hide it. I just had it on my wrist, but you know, the gown is kind of like long, so people technically didn't really see it unless I just lifted up my sleeves just for them to see it.
Okay, the university says only service animals are allowed at graduation. There's no need to change the rules if only one student managed to sneak past them. I'm glad that I wasn't seated next to that guy at graduation. Well, one Arizona man has taken his love for Pirates of the Caribbean movies to a whole new level. Retired LA attorney Stephen Hill has built a full replica of the Black Pearl ship right in his backyard. He says he made it for the kids in the community to enjoy free of charge. The 500-foot tall backyard vessel comes all decked out with a jail, captain's quarters, fake cannons, and even a crow's nest. Wonder how long that took to build that.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
incredible.
think it's 500 feet tall. More like
50 maybe?
50?
Yeah, 50. That might be, yeah. Okay, because I was thinking that too. 500, that would be.
But you can tell. The kids love it.
The kids already love it. If you want to attract people to your house, or if you don't, then don't do this. If you do, you have everyone, all the neighbor kids. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, day 2 of a triple murder trial in Manatee County.
A couple that spent hours with Andres Avalos after the killings takes the stand. We'll have details on their testimony straight ahead.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
wow.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder, high performance style.
Let the art of Fiat move you.
Today, the air is perfect. Inside. Expect more from your cooling and heating. Daikin.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.